All right, hello everyone. Bo Williams here in the WATE newsroom right now, getting everybody up to date on what's going on. As far as traffic, we like to do this every Friday, kind of get you up to date on what's happening. Of course, there's no games at Neyland Stadium this weekend, so that will definitely help out. But we do have a lot of activities going on. We have a huge construction project. We're talking a major artery, if you will, in and out of Knoxville, especially on the south side. Really between Blount County and Knoxville is going to be shutting down beginning at midnight Saturday. That's 12:01 Saturday morning, to be more specific. So we'll talk about that coming up here in a second. First of all, though, I do want to take a look at how things are shaping up right now. And for some reason, see the TDOT is not jumping up in here. So let me come back here for a moment and let's try this again. Let's see if we can get the TDOT camera or the TDOT maps to pop back into our window, and not seeing it right now. So we'll try to see here. We'll get some help in here for a moment here. We can maybe work some magic trying to get everything set up for you there. This is Hannah, by the way, the brains behind the outfit when we do all these digital hits for you. We're good to go. Thank you so very much. And look at there. She gets it done just like that. It's like a NASCAR pit stop. Take a look here for a moment. This is how things are shaping up around the area as far as construction that's going on. You can see the barrels. We've talked about that before. You can click on those barrels. It'll give you the latest information on certain projects around East Tennessee, so you can be aware of closures, work schedules, where the progress is on certain projects just by clicking on any of those barrels. But what I wanted to focus on here real quick is we're going to zoom in. If you're traveling Kingston Pike and the Sequoia Hills area, we've got an alert that has popped up. This is some emergency road work. So in case you are tuning in right now, we just wanted to make you aware of what is going on. This is Kingston Pike. It is westbound. It's right there at Lions View. Looks like the right lane is currently blocked. And of course, that's going to cause some issues for you. If you're going on Kingston Pike through that area, there are 4 lanes, 2 lanes in both directions. It's a tight squeeze, that's for sure. Not a lot of elbow room as you drive through there, but we do have a right lane closure. That's westbound Kingston Pike as you're making your way through the Sequoia Hills area. Some emergency road work being done there, so we'll have to continue to watch that for you. But go ahead and expect some delays. We are seeing some of that. Plus, you're getting into the afternoon drive. It is a Friday. You've got traffic lights. You get the idea. So again, just kind of make note of that. But again, when you take this wide, really nothing else as far as any major alerts. Just real quick, we'll check on here. Just some heavy traffic for you heading out of town eastbound on I-40. This is between the 640 interchange and Asheville Highway. And then closer to downtown, nothing really out of the ordinary here as well. But 40 westbound, you always see some backups. Now today it is pretty lengthy as far as the slowdowns. 40 westbound near Alcoa Highway. I will bring in the camera here. This is the camera that is at 17th. And actually, look at this. This is eastbound. That inside lane is very slow. But westbound, you can see, is moving slowly through town right now. So really both directions of 40. Expect some delays for you on this Friday. Traffic in both directions there. But we'll come back and talk a little bit about some of that here in just a little bit. First things first, though, let's talk about some of the big projects coming up. And no question, the biggest project on the horizon that will start at midnight, so we're talking 12:01 a.m. Saturday, is what you're looking at right here. What to know about the multi-day Alcoa Highway closure in Knox County. Now, we want to point out here, this is impacting northbound Alcoa Highway, okay? If you travel Alcoa Highway, you know where they're doing the work right now in Knox County. It's right there near the U.S. Marine Center, but on the other side of the highway. So as you're coming into town, as you're approaching the river, a lot of that's going to be closed beginning at midnight tonight. So again, 12:01 Saturday morning. And it's going to be like that until 6 a.m. Tuesday. Now, maybe they'll get done a little bit before that. You don't know. But regardless, northbound Alcoa Highway, it's not a rolling roadblock. I mean, it is just going to be shut down. They've got to do some blasting in that area. Some of the work that's being done, it's all part of the the revitalization, if you will, of Alcoa Highway, the expansion there of Alcoa Highway, and they're working on that slope. So that's why they've got to shut it down, because they're going to be blasting. There'll be rock falling in that area. Now, I do want to point out southbound, you will have some slowdowns. You're still got those rolling roadblocks, and we've been having those for weeks, right, on and off again. I don't know this for a fact, but my guess is that probably when they get ready to do a blast, they're going to do a rolling roadblock on the southbound side. So if you're heading to McGee Tyson Airport, things like that. Granted, northbound is closed, southbound is not closed, but you are going to see some delays. That is for sure from time to time. So how do you get around all of this? Well, we've got you covered. Again, you can go to our website right here, take a look at that. Look for that article that I've pulled up for you, what to know about the multi-day Alcoa Highway closure in Knox County. We'll walk you through everything, but also we've got a map for you right here that I wanted to show you as well. So TDOT is suggesting really two options for you. And the one that you see right here, you've got it highlighted in green. You're going to get off there at Governor John Sevier Highway, go east, find Chapman Highway, and that'll take you right into town. You'll cross the Henley Bridge. You'll be downtown before you know it. Keep in mind, there's going to be a lot more traffic than normal on this roadway. So even if you're taking Governor John Sevier and you're looking to go south on Chapman Highway, that stretch of Governor John Sevier is going to see a lot more traffic than it normally sees on a Saturday and a Sunday. That is for sure. Chapman Highway as well. Plus, you've got the lights on Chapman Highway. There are a few on Governor John Sevier, but you're going to have a decent number of lights when you get closer to downtown on Chapman Highway as you're coming into town. But that's one of the detours. The other one is really simple, and that is basically taking Pellissippi Parkway. Okay, so just north of the airport, you can jump on Pellissippi. That will take you to West Knoxville. You can take I-40, take that into downtown. Really depends on where you're going, right? So those are the two options for you. Again, southbound is going to be open, but Alcoa Highway, you could possibly from time to time see some rolling roadblocks like we've been seeing. So if you just want to avoid all of that, then just backtrack it. Chapman Highway to Governor John Sevier or Pellissippi Parkway. Okay, so those are the two things. Remember, again, this starts at 12:01. As a matter of fact, our own Ella Wales, she was out. She was talking to people in the community. She's been talking with TDOT, trying to get it to everybody up to date on exactly what to expect. So let's let her walk you through, once again, what to expect when all this goes into effect at midnight tonight.
I feel like the back roads are definitely going to be very congested for people that live back here trying to get northbound, so going back to Chapman, two-lane roads. I feel like it's going to cause a lot of congestion and probably even accidents on those roads that people don't travel every day.
Pharmacy student Anika Thacker is preparing to navigate the closure on Alcoa Highway this weekend, living and going to school nearby.
I know the rest of my classmates, like the ones who live in Maryville or anything that way, they're definitely going to have to leave earlier to avoid missing a quiz or anything.
Many drivers take the stretch of northbound lanes that will be closed when traveling between Knoxville and Maryville or Alcoa. It's also on the route from Knoxville to McGee-Tyson Airport, but TDOT is suggesting other ways to get around.
We're suggesting that people use Pellissippi Parkway westbound to I-40, and then they can access that area from there. Another alternate route is to use John Sevier Highway to Chapman Highway.
Southbound lanes will mostly be unaffected, but might see some typical rolling roadblocks. And emergency vehicles headed north will be escorted through the construction. The closure will allow crews to continue work on the walls of rock that line the highway.
They've got to have blasting activities, they've got to scale that rock, they've got to remove all the loose material that comes off of that slope side. So again, this closure is for safety first and foremost.
And again, there's the map for you. So just kind of keep that in mind of those detours we told you about. And something else I want to stress, because we keep talking about, oh, watch for that this weekend. Keep in mind, this involves Monday. So Monday morning, if you live in Blount County and you work in Knox County, if you live in South Knox County, making your way toward downtown, toward UT, keep all of that in mind, okay? Obviously, we've got fall break. We've got a lot of things going on, so hopefully this will cut down on some of the traffic through there. But for whatever reason, if you Monday morning, you need to go northbound Alcoa Highway, keep in mind you're going to have to either go Pellissippi Parkway or you're going to have to take Governor John Sevier to Chapman Highway to get to downtown, all right? So that's how things are playing out. Again, this is going to start at midnight tonight, so 12:01 a.m. Saturday, and the plan is to have all of this wrapped up by Tuesday morning at 6 a.m., all right? So again, you can find all the information on our website. We've got the story for you there. Don't forget to check that out, as we want to keep you up to date with the latest, know exactly what to expect. We're going to be heading out on Alcoa Highway. Just try to avoid it altogether. Even southbound, you're going to see some delays, even though it's not closing, but don't be surprised if you have a rolling roadblock or something like that that you're going to have to deal with. All right, something else that we're watching for you right now, since we're talking about road closures and road delays and lane closures, starting at 7 o'clock tonight, I-40 will be reduced to one lane. This is near exit 364 in Loudoun County. They're still working on the bridge in that area. We had this last weekend. That is still continuing. This spans over the Paw Paw Plains Road area. Okay, so that's the area we're talking about. Again, this is right there near exit 364 in Loudoun County. That closure is set to end, or those lane closures set to end by about 6 o'clock Monday morning. Okay, so again, this is going to encompass the weekend. Maybe you're going to Nashville, you need to head up to the Plateau. just know that I-40 traffic, you're going to see those lane reductions. You will see some delays through here in Loudoun County. So I definitely want you to keep that in mind. And we also want to point out that TDOT is also reminding everybody they're going to need one more weekend to get this done, and that will be on Friday, October 17th. So in the middle of the month, we'll do this again. Okay, so you've got at least one more weekend to deal with this as far as I-40 over there in Loudoun County. Also, if you're heading to Sevierville this weekend, Sevierville Pigeon Forge area, you've got the Slammed Enough car show that is getting underway, and this is going to cause definitely some traffic issues. We've seen it in the past with the Rod Run and other car shows there in the Sevierville area. But be careful. This is going to increase vehicle as well as pedestrian traffic all around the area. This is at the Sevierville Convention Center. It's going to be Saturday the 4th and Sunday as well. So you're going to have a lot of traffic in that area. We're told if you're traveling around Highway 66, of course, that's Winfield Dunn Parkway, Old Knoxville Highway, Gist Creek Road areas, just go ahead now, pack some snacks because you're going to hit a lot of traffic, okay? Maybe have a car on or a tape, a book on tape or a good podcast to listen to. You're going to need to find some additional routes through there. But again, this is all going on this weekend. Sevierville Police, by the way, also issued a separate warning stating that there are to be no pre or post-event meetups authorized within the city limits. Sometimes this can hamper first responders. It clogs up some of the parking areas. So that's not going to happen within the Sevierville city limits, but that is going on. A lot of those people will be coming in today on Friday, but you're going to see those delays, obviously, throughout the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Sevierville Pigeon Forge will definitely be impacted by all of that. Okay, now we've gone through all of the issues you need to watch out for. How about some good news, okay, before we wrap up this first break? Cherokee Orchard Road in Gatlinburg reopening after some emergency slope repairs. We were telling you about this as well. That should already be back open. It was supposed to be around noon today, but just in case it isn't, be patient. The plan is to have it reopened today. But again, you can read more about this on our website at WATE.com. But we did want to end things, at least this block, on some good news for you there. So there you go. Cherokee Orchard Road in Gatlinburg should be back open for you this weekend. So, hey. You know what? We'll, even if it's just one little bit of good news, we definitely want to bring it to you. All right, we're going to take a quick break here for a moment. When we come back, like we always like to do, we want to get you updated on gas prices. If you're going to be traveling around the area, around the state, maybe you're heading out of state for a moment, we'll try to check in on some of the states neighboring Tennessee. We're going to check on those gas prices for you here in just a second, so we will be right back. And welcome back, everyone. Bo Williams here, the WAT 6 Near Side Newsroom. Let's talk gas prices here for a moment in case you're going to be heading out the door and take a look at the nation. And again, the South pretty much in blue with the exception of Florida. And again, when you see the blue shades, that's better. The red shades means prices are a little on the high side. The good news is Tennessee, as you see right here, we're in the dark navy blue, right? And that means we're some of the lower prices in the country right now. Matter of fact, let's bring this in for a second. Take a look at it. State average right now hovering around 277. Again, this is for regular. Kingsport, Bristol, if you're heading up to the Tri-Cities, 269. Knoxville, 275, so about 2 pennies below the state average. Chattanooga, right now, 276. And again, we say the Tennessee side only. Obviously, when you go to Chattanooga, sometimes you might drift over into the south of the state line there into Georgia, and that price will change because obviously you're in a different state. But Chattanooga, 276. Nashville right now, you can see where Nashville's sitting was at 283, almost 284 right now in the Nashville area. So let's go back here to our map for a second and get you up to date here on what we're seeing. Again, nationally, the average is 315, all right? If you're going to be heading out of state this weekend, let me just show you here. Kentucky, 283. Virginia, 298. North Carolina, 283. We don't border South Carolina, but it's close enough. 282. Georgia, 291 right now is the average for you there, so a little bit higher than what we're seeing here in Tennessee. Alabama, 278. Mississippi, 269. Arkansas, 274. Missouri is at 280 right now. So that's how things are shaping up as far as Tennessee and around the area. We're going to scroll down here for a moment. We kind of ran through some of the state averages for you here. Let me click on Tennessee here for a second, but we'll bring up the what TDOT or AAA is showing us as far as the county breakdown. Knox County, is pushing 280. They've got it at 280. We've got it maybe just a hair below that right now, but you kind of get the idea. Blount County, 267. Loudoun County at 275. Roane, 274. But again, you can go to the AAA website, click on your county. If you get up here closer to the Tennessee-Kentucky line, like Hawkins County, 263. Hancock, 279. Claiborne County, 267. Heading up into Campbell County, 269, almost 270 right now for the average price. So not horrible. It is a little bit better than what we've been seeing around the area and around the state, especially parts of East Tennessee. So we are seeing some improvements. We were talking with AAA a couple weeks ago, and we actually saw prices going up. And they said, this time of year, usually the prices are going back down. So we've been a little bit of a roller coaster ride, not drastic, but at least we're seeing a lot of those prices now starting to dip back in the right direction and heading south. We'll scroll down here for just a moment. Again, we mentioned 277 right now, the Tennessee average. We were at 278 yesterday, 274 a week ago. So again, we were down, then we went back up. 281 a month ago, and then 272 a year ago. So you can kind of get the idea of that kind of up and down field, what we're seeing. Again, we're just talking about regular unleaded. Bring it back down to some of the areas we mentioned earlier. Johnson City, 272 is what they are seeing there. There's Knoxville for you again, 275. Yesterday we were at 276. That held from a week ago, held from a month ago. We didn't see a whole lot of change, but 274 than a year ago. But 2 or 3 months ago, if you remember, it did start to go back up again. So hopefully now we're heading back down in the right direction. If you are heading out west toward Memphis, 278 for you there. And that's pretty much where they've been for the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, really. About a month ago is when you could see that they had a significant change where they were up around 280 in the Memphis area. And if you are heading, say, toward Morristown, if you're watching us today, 270 right now is your average price. That's exactly where you were yesterday. A week ago, you were at 271, 273 a month ago, and 268 1 year ago today. So that's how things are shaping up in Morristown. And let's go ahead and click on Nashville. A lot of you may be making plans. The Vols off this weekend, so you're thinking, hey, let's go to Nashville this weekend. There you go. 283, as we mentioned earlier, 285 yesterday, so they've dropped 2 pennies. They were 276 a week ago, so they still have a little ways to go to catch up to where they were a week ago at this time. But a month ago, they were at 291, and then 275 a year ago. So kind of all over the map for you there in Nashville, but at least they are also heading back down right now as far as the average price of gasoline. And of course, we always have links for you. We can find a lot of this information for you, the Tennessee averages, local averages for you, where you can find some of the best spots around Knoxville, Knox County. So you can always check in on it there, depending on what part of the county, what part of town you live in. But right now, gas prices at least looking better than they have in the last several weeks. So that is some good news. All right, we're going to take another break here. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some other projects that are coming up for the area. We will also go back to the cameras, show you what's happening right now on this Friday. It's been really slow westbound on I-40 through town, but we'll talk all about that and more coming up here in just a moment. So stay with us. And welcome back. Bo Williams once again here in the WATE 6 Near Side newsroom. Let's talk a few more projects that are coming up, and then we'll take a look at how traffic is shaping up here, and then we're going to let you go for the day. But again, we have several projects that we are watching for you. First of all, it's one that just doesn't want to go away. This one's in Blount County. This is that section of Pellissippi Parkway between Alcoa Highway and Old Knoxville Highway 33. Watch out for some lane closures. You're going to have some work being done on the bridges in that area, and for that reason, you will see some delays. This work is usually done daily between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's going to continue next week. Again, it's that section of Pellissippi Parkway. It's not a long stretch of roadway, but it's between Alcoa Highway and Old Knoxville Highway, which is 33 there in Blount County. So keep an eye out for that. All right. Also, we're also keeping a close watch on just north of the Knoxville area. This is going to be I-75 between mile markers 111 and 112. So just south of Callahan, which is right here. That's that 112-mile marker. And again, we're going to be north of Merchant. But beginning next week, watch out crews on Monday through Wednesday. You're going to see some temporary lane closures. Most of this will be during the overnight hours, but it will start up, say, around 7 o'clock in the evening. So it will impact some of you, and they hope to be wrapped up by about 6 a.m. the following day. Again, it's going to be weather permitting. We do have a chance of rain next week. Not a huge chance, but there is the opportunity. So we'll have to continue to monitor this for you. But crews are going to be out there. They're doing some sign installations along the interstate, and that's why you might see some lane closures. So if you're especially traveling later in the evening, early morning, just be careful on the stretch of I-75, just south of the Callahan Road interchange, as again, you could see some delays there. And again, that's Monday through Wednesday. And then another issue, this is going to be down in Loudoun County. This is State Route 72. This is going to be between the Monroe County line and Good Hollow Road. Crews are out there going to be working between 9 a.m. and 3:30 p.m., and this is going to be for a good chunk of the week next week. Basically, watch out for workers. You're going to see some slow and stop traffic. They're asking you to please use extreme caution. The project, resurfacing. It's going to take some time, all right? So just be aware that will cause some delays. But again, this is a stretch of 72 between Monroe County and the Good Hollow Road area there in Loudoun County. So just make note of that for you if this is part of your drive. Okay, so those are some of the projects that are coming up. We do want to take a look again at what's going on right now in the Knoxville area. And boy, you can see here, let's take a look, the live look for you, T-Dot SmartWay camera. This is right there near Alcoa Highway, and that is westbound traffic moving. You might be able to walk faster than that. That is some slow traffic westbound. Eastbound's looking okay. It does slow down a little bit once you get closer to 275, but westbound definitely starting to see some backups for you. And I know driving into work today, really I-40 West was slow from Paper Mill all the way back to about Hall of Fame, and we are still seeing some of that slow traffic for you. It is moving a little bit better here. This is near the 275 interchange. This is westbound going from the top to bottom of your screen. Eastbound, though, is starting to slow a little bit, but regardless, you got heavy traffic right now in both directions there. We'll widen this out here for a little bit. Still have that emergency road work going on in the Sequoia Hills area along Kingston Pike. We talked about that when we first came on with you about 30 minutes ago, so that work is still continuing. Do want to take you out west. This is usually where we see the heaviest traffic, and it's not disappointing. There it is. That's 40 westbound as you pass underneath Pellissippi Parkway heading toward Level Road, and it is just oh so slow. Eastbound looks good, but boy, that westbound traffic is really moving at a slow pace. We'll back this up over near Cedar Bluff. You can see that westbound traffic starting to slow as they're approaching that area. Eastbound, though, clear as a bell through there. So at least if you're heading toward downtown, you should be okay. But westbound traffic is going to definitely slow you down. And I do want to take a look here before we let you go. This is out near WATE Road. And yeah, here you go, eastbound traffic. That's where you see the bottleneck for eastbound. You've got 75 and 40 coming together. Everybody's slowing down. We do have one tractor trailer off on the shoulder of the roadway. That is the ramp as you're trying to merge onto 40 East coming off of WATE Road. So do make note of that if you're watching us out in Loudoun County or extreme West Knox County. You do have that tractor trailer sitting there, but there is some slow traffic waiting for you. Again, that is 40 eastbound as you're getting ready to make your way up the hill there, the incline toward the way scale. So that is just how things are shaping up for you at this moment. All right, that's going to wrap things up. I hope you have yourself a great weekend. Again, don't forget about northbound Alcoa Highway. That's going to be the big hiccup this weekend and Monday morning. Northbound Alcoa Highway closed there in Knox County, just past Governor John Sevier. So use John Sevier to Chapman Highway or Pellissippi Parkway to get around all of that. All that work should be wrapped up by the time you head to work on Tuesday morning. All right, but again, we'll keep you posted right here on WATE. Again, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll do it all again next Friday. All right, take care, everyone.